Now, a few things to make this work is we need to understand first and foremost and think like an investor. So what does that mean? First and foremost, we want to be buying a property where you can add value. You want to really be buying it at discount as well. Those two things are extremely important because you think about it, if a property is worth, let's just make up some numbers, worth 100,000 and you're able to buy that at 80,000, then from day one you're already making a profit. The second thing is about adding value. So think about it, if you carry out a renovation in a property by putting in a new kitchen, new bathroom, maybe you're doing an extension or an attic conversion, or you're simply just going in and modernising and renovating the property. And a rule of thumb is for every £1 that you spend in a renovation, you want to be adding £3 of value. So if you're doing this, what ends up happening is the same example, you're buying a property that's worth 100, you spend say £25,000 renovating the property, and then because you've carried out that renovation, that value of the property is going to have increased to say over 150,000. So when you look at this property here, if you kind of look up the side here and you start coming round, you start to see how simply adding an extension can really substantially increase the value of the property. Now, again, when we look at property where we can really make a lot of profit, especially if we're working the numbers, we want to look at opportunities where we can convert maybe a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom or a 2 to a 3. I want to look at properties where you can do an extension to the side or the back of the house. More importantly, there's a lot of property where you can do attic conversions as well. So this one here, we've done an attic conversion. We've increased it by 2 extra bedrooms. There's a bathroom in there as well. As you can see from this side, reflecting over to the property next door there, you can see the difference and how if you look at these type of properties and you're looking at where can you add value, where can you get that next kind of opportunity of an investment, so forth, to you develop property, you're looking for stuff like this. You're looking for, you know, if you look at that there, this property next door, they could pretty much do the same, similar to what we've done here. And what we've done here is taking a home like this, get up into the attic, adding 2 extra bedrooms and a bathroom and so forth. And when you do all of that, it's all about looking and seeing where you can add that level of value, and there's no other better way to force appreciation than doing so, than adding that type of value, adding extra bedrooms. So we're always looking for, can you do a conversion, can you do an attic conversion, can you do just a 1 to 2 bed, 2 to 3 bed. When you start to look at that, that's where value starts to really, really jump. So the next thing we need to work out is what is the cost of the refurb, the renovation work. And we need to ask ourselves, how much of our power team do we need to bring in? You could have a builder who coordinates all the different trades on your behalf, and that builder will come on and then they'll do the full renovation. If you're having to do some alterations, some structural work, or an extra bedroom, or taking down a wall, or an extension and so forth, you might need to call in, you will need to call in a structural engineer and an architect. So there's extra people to your power team that will assist the builder to do the finish. When you start on a site and you start developing things, extras do occur. You start to see things start to evolve a little bit more, and you start to see that, well, wait a wee minute, if I spend a bit more, will I get more in value at the end, and will that give me a better return and so forth. And sometimes doing extras makes a very big difference. So we bring in some specialist contractors, and that all gets signed off at the right time to make sure that they're happy with the spec, the time frames to get things done. So let's just recap. We want to understand the current market value, we want to know the end market value, we want to make sure we know the refurb cost, and if you get 3 builders out, you're going to get 3 different quotes. And the answer is, who do you choose? The cheapest, the middle, and the most expensive? Well, it's the one who determines the most amount of value and can produce and show you, that they can deliver on that type of renovation that's required. When you're doing your due diligence and you see the property that's got the end market value and the end, renovation, what it looks like, what I tend to do, and speaking with my builder, but more importantly the estate agent, is just try and do a little tad better in terms of the renovation works. So again, I'll spend more money in the kitchen and the bathroom, I'll put nice tiles in and so forth, same tiled floors, maybe do a nice wooden hardwood floor into the entrance, into the hallway and so forth, maybe a feature wall in the living room and the lounge, and in the main master bedroom, so just extra nicer lights rather than lampshades and so forth, and maybe you'll do like higher skirtings and door frames just to give that finish, and nice neutral colours, and maybe just little things that's over and above the norm. And one thing you might want to do as well to really give that great feel when people come in and view the property is you might want to stage the property and use another company that comes in and they will furnish the property for you. And then what your estate agent should do, they'll go out and they'll take great pictures of it, maybe get a video walkthrough of the property as well, and they will market that. And your target market, especially where you're looking to source these type of properties, should have an element of first-time buyers there, because first-time buyers is going to be perfect for your walk-in condition, fully renovated property. Because think about it, first-time buyers, it's not always, but they will be 90% of the time your end user, your end client. They're not going to negotiate you down, and they're going to get emotionally caught up. They're going to go in there and go, wow, I don't need to do anything. I don't need to spend any money. I don't need to do anything. I just need to come in and make this my own home. Hey, in some cases, they'll actually buy the furniture that's in there that you've used to stage the property. So it's a win-win all round, and they get this kind of new build feel of the property, and it's finished to a good standard, and it's like the wow factor. And if the estate agent does a great job and they're really advertising and marketing this property, and they get enough people around inside the first couple of weeks it goes on the market, and you have got that standard of finish, it will drum up a lot of interest. And what ends up happening is, what you'll find is your property will go to a closing date, and you'll have a bidding war. And this is where, again, we're never relying on anything over the end market value when you've done your due diligence, but chances are with the good finish and enough interest that it will go over the market value. And to make sure they've got the interest there, get your estate agent on board. This is part of the due diligence process as well. Ask them, is there interest for properties in this area? Have you sold other properties like this in the area? And how long did they stay in the market for? And what was the difference between that property selling and this one staying in the market a bit longer? So getting this information is going to help you with confidence to understand what it's going to take and the time frame to get a property sold. And if you can do this and you're leveraging your power team, you can make substantial profit by really managing numbers, buying right in the first place, and getting the right finish. I mean, it's a dream business to have, and it can continue to grow. And what will end up happening is your capacity will grow, and you'll end up doing 2, 3, 4 at any one given time. So rather than one at a time, you're doing a lot more. But more importantly, this can become a business where it just starts to grow and expand, and before you know it, you've replaced your income doing this more full time, if that's a goal. A lot of people love the whole feeling idea of being a property developer. So this is really how you flip property and make sure with the right due diligence, you're always going to make a profit.